to another episode of The Follow-Up. I'm Eden, and this is my dad, Noah, and every week we sit on my bed and have a conversation about something we want to talk about. And this week, we're going to talk about the NBA playoffs. And two things before we start. It's going to be a little noisy because the windows are open because it's very hot and we live in New York. And the other thing is, if you have any votes on who's going to win, or just any comments or topic ideas, you can leave those on the reviews on Apple Podcasts.
So when you talk about teams,
Yes.
just or talk about sports, it's not vote, it's your picks.
Oh, picks, okay.
Yeah. And I know you're into politics.
Well, your picks.
I know you're into politics. But when you say it in a certain way, then it gives off the idea that, like, I know you already know what you're talking about, but then you say, like, you wouldn't say, like, who are you voting for? Like, who are you rooting for or who are you picking? Right?
Yeah.
All right, so let's do...
Or it doesn't have to be who you're picking, just
right.
who you're rooting for.
Right, who you're rooting for? Exactly.
We would like to know also just what teams
Yeah, exactly. So
everybody likes.
we've been doing this for almost 3 years.
Yeah.
And, no, we've been doing it for 3 years.
Yeah.
We're almost at 150 episodes together.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
That is crazy.
Almost 150 episodes. We should celebrate.
We should. We'll think of something.
Leave your thoughts in the comments on Apple Podcasts.
On how we should celebrate.
Okay.
Okay.
So we are recording
To the
this.
topic.
We are recording this on Friday night. We are recording this during the playing game between Bulls and the Heat, and then later this evening, as we record this, is Wolves and
Laker.
the Thunder.
Oh, sorry.
Wolves Thunder. So we still did the preview, and Eden created a bracket because none of those teams are going to win their first round series. So we can still do this preview. All right, so pull out your bracket. Okay.
I got my bracket.
No, you don't want to jump. Oh, no, you don't want to give it away yet.
Ah. Oh, sure.
You want to give it away?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
No,
so
it's
let's start in the Western Conference. We'll go series by series, and then first round through the Western Conference Finals. And we start with the Nuggets, who will have either Minnesota or OKC.
Well, it doesn't really matter who I picked here because...
No, it matters who you picked. It doesn't matter who the Nuggets play.
I'm sorry, it doesn't matter who the Nuggets play here
Right.
because Nuggets are going to win, I'm pretty sure.
Okay. What makes the Nuggets so good?
Because the Nuggets, they're just a powerful team, and they're number one in the Western Conference. They've just had a great season.
They've been number one all year.
They're a dominant team.
They were for a long period of time. They were dominant, and then the last maybe 20 games hit the skids a bit, and then never dropped out of the 1 seed.
Right.
And
I've been for most of the season.
it's just who's going to help out Jokic.
Yep.
Who's going to help out Jokic? It's a team that has.
Jokic is great, but
Yeah, you're going to need Michael Porter Jr. You're going to need Jamal Murray to do something.
I think one thing about the Nuggets is that Jokic is the star of the team.
Yep.
And then it's like, and now you don't hear anything about Jamal Murray that much because it's just like Jokic.
Yeah, he doesn't.
He's just so great, but he needs a team to back him up.
Right, he doesn't have any other All-Stars or All-NBA guys. Aaron Gordon has been their second best player all year, but we watched Aaron Gordon a ton when he was in Orlando.
And
Aaron Gordon can't be your second best
no.
player on a championship team.
I have one question.
Yeah.
Jokic was star of the team 2 years ago. 2 years ago.
Yeah, he was the MVP of the league.
Fun to hear that.
Yeah. Okay. Suns-Clippers.
Suns,
4-5. What a matchup. Suns, yes.
And I'll tell you why.
Okay.
Because the Suns have so many star players.
Yeah.
No wonder they're called the Suns. No pun intended there.
Oh, I get it.
Yeah.
They have so many stars, no wonder they're called the Suns.
Yeah, because the Suns.
That's a good one.
Okay, but no pun intended there.
Yeah. A good one.
But
so this series would be different if hold on 1 second. This series would be different if Paul George was healthy for the Clippers, for sure.
But
it might be a 7-game series, maybe.
On the Suns, they have. They have Devin Booker.
Yep.
They have Kevin Durant.
Mm-hmm. Big piece. Yep.
Yep. And they have Chris Paul.
Right, those are the 3 cornerstones, and along with DeAndre Ayton. And then their depth, I do worry about the rest of their roster construction, because if they suffer an injury, if KD or again, if any of these star teams lose a player, it changes everything. but Chris Paul hasn't proven that he can stay healthy in the playoffs.
Exactly.
So that does
But I think they're going to power
that does
through.
worry that does worry me. Okay.
Now we're at Kings Warriors. I think it's going to be Kings.
You think it's gonna be the Kings?
Yep.
Wow.
And
So
you're probably wondering why.
correct.
And probably most of you are wondering why if you know some statistics about the Kings. The Kings have not been in the playoffs for 13 years.
16.
years.
It was the
And the Warriors won last year.
well, the Warriors have been a dynasty, and the Kings. That was the longest drought in professional sports
They were
for the
good.
playoffs. So it's for 16 years they hadn't been in the playoffs, and now actually the longest drought, by the way, is the New York Jets. Haven't been in the playoffs in 12 years. But the Kings now all of a sudden are in the playoffs. They had an historic offense this year, even though offensive numbers have been really skewed this year in the NBA. And they don't play any defense, but they have their head coach, Mike Brown, who used to be an assistant in Golden State. Harrison Barnes won a championship
Yep.
with Golden State their first
They
year.
have
So there's-
De'Aaron Fox. They have Sabonis.
Sabonis, for sure. They have their stars, for sure. So I think it's going to be a great series. And it's going to be really, really
I
exciting.
think it's going to be a 7-game.
I'm not giving my opinion on this, on these. This is just you. And what I think is very cool is that it's Sacramento and Golden State, and you can just take a bus back and forth, very close.
So just like
Be good.
Sixers Nets.
Right.
Okay. Moving on to Grizzlies Lakers.
Okay.
I think it's gonna be the Lakers.
Well, you have the
I
Grizzlies
have
and cross it
Grizzlies,
out, so
but I crossed
you're really
it out.
okay.
And I'm going to explain why.
Okay.
Because the Grizzlies have suffered losses on their roster.
Yes.
Steven Adams got hurt.
Yeah, he's been out. Yeah.
He's been out. And
Brandon Clark's out.
Brandon Clark's out. And they need all their players healthy. Ja is not the whole team. Like Jokic is on the number.
Well, yeah, but Ja he needs help.
Yeah.
And this is going to be a massive series, I think, for Jaren Jackson Jr. So
Yeah.
they don't have any other big men help
No.
behind Jaren Jackson.
And the Lakers, they have LeBron. They have AD. And I think that will definitely help with all their also other players. And they could I think they're going to power through the Grizzlies.
7-game series? 6-game series?
It's definitely going to get to 5.
Well, yeah, so it won't be a sweep, you're saying. Yeah, of course not.
I think it's going to be a 7-game series.
7-game series, Lakers win in Memphis. Okay, because that's the big difference, the home court advantage. You start the series at home, and then you finish the series if it's game 7 on your home floor. So Lakers in 7 in Memphis. Okay, moving on. Let's go through it. Then you get into the second round.
Okay, Nuggets, Suns.
Okay.
Suns, I think, are gonna... I think they're just gonna win.
Yeah, okay.
They just are. Then
Wait, so what's it?
Kings, Lakers.
So there's no other reasoning? Like, they're just gonna win. They just have better
They
players.
have better players, and
Okay.
they have more stars.
Okay,
And they're just a better team.
okay.
Then it's Kings, Lakers.
Kings Lakers. So the last time the Kings were in the playoffs was a controversial series against the Lakers. Was that the last time? I don't know, but one of the more recent times was a very controversial series against the Lakers, and it turns out one of the referees was being paid, and it's highly controversial. I'll show you that series at one point. And there's those Kings Lakers series back in the day, back in the early 2000s, were awesome with Chris Webber and Mike Bibby and Shaq and Kobe. They were great. Vlade Divac, they were great.
Oh, the referee was getting paid?
Yeah.
Referees don't get paid?
No, getting paid by someone who bet on the game and to throw the game to make sure that this team got more fouls called so that they could win. His name was Tim Donaghy. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so Lakers Kings. Who do you have?
I'm saying Kings because,
Cinderella run for the Kings.
yeah.
Okay.
I think it's going to be Kings because, let's see, because the Kings, I think, are just a better team than the Lakers this season. And I think that they will be able to, with their offense, the defense we're not concerned about here. Because that's another story. But I think the offense is strong enough to beat the Lakers.
Okay, so just too much offense.
Yeah.
Okay. I think for the Lakers, it might depend on how deep that first series goes against the Grizzlies and who comes out healthy or not. I mean, or just tired. So
And then it is
Suns Kings.
Suns,
Okay.
Kings.
Western
Suns.
Conference Finals. Suns Kings.
Suns.
Suns. Okay.
Because they just...
You
Yeah.
like the Suns a lot.
I like the Suns.
All right, let's go Western Conference. Eastern Conference. Okay.
Bucks, and Bucks play the winner of Chicago, Miami.
Mhm.
Bucks are gonna
Yep. No reason to even talk about it. Great.
Cavs and Nets. Woo!
Tough one.
That took a bunch of deciding on.
Bunch of thought.
Bunch of thought. Yeah, that's a better way of saying it.
Bunch of time.
Okay, it didn't take me too much time, but it took some thought.
Okay.
I think it's gonna be Cavs.
Okay. Why?
Because even though the Knicks, they have more experience in the playoffs a little bit,
Just Jalen Brunson, really.
there's
Yeah, just Jalen
hard.
Brunson.
It's just Jalen Brunson.
No, he's like the only one with that type of
Sorry,
experience.
Jalen Brunson,
That's
but
it.
that's it. And I think Cavs are going to be able to surpass them.
Surpass them. That's a good word. So with the Cavs, so Donovan Mitchell now he's got a lot of playoff experience with Utah,
Exactly.
and now it's a great backcourt.
Jared Allen.
Mitchell and Garland, Jared Allen, Evan Mobley. They do have a very complete team.
And it's
And the
very
Knicks-
strong. They
they
have
do.
good players.
And the Knicks
Julius
with that, Julius Randle is not going to be 100% either.
Right.
So
so
I
that's
like
definitely a
the
big
Cavs.
loss.
I think it's going to be a lot of fun that series too, because Donovan Mitchell, a lot of the thought was that he was going to play for the Knicks and not the Cavs. So okay.
So, moving on to Sixers Nets.
Okay, across the Brooklyn Bridge to Brooklyn. Yep.
Sixers.
Okay, moving on.
Moving on. That means no talking about. Celtics Hawks. No talking about either. Celtics.
I agree. Okay.
Now we're left with Bucks Cavs. Bucks.
The Bucks are just really good.
They're just great.
They've got the experience, and even if Chris Middleton's not totally there, I don't know. They're just that good.
They're just really great.
Yeah, they are.
Then Sixers Celtics. Because of how the Sixers have played
Okay.
and how they beat the Celtics in a game.
They did beat the Celtics without, no Robert Williams, no Jaylen Brown, and it took 52 points from Joel Embiid, and I don't think the Sixers should have walked out of there that confidently. But yes, you were saying?
I think it's gonna be Sixers. I just think it's gonna be.
Well, I think Doc Rivers is
Wait,
coaching
what?
for his job here.
He's coaching for a job.
And Joel Embiid, like as great as he's been, he hasn't been in the Western Conference. He has not been in the Eastern Conference Finals.
Nope. But this year, I don't think it's gonna be his year either. Because that leaves us with Bucks Sixers.
Well, no, that puts him in the Eastern Conference Finals, not the NBA
Finals.
Finals. Yeah. Okay.
And just the Bucks are just too big.
They are. They have the
They're too
size
big.
to actually handle Embiid.
Yeah.
That's a big difference.
So it's gonna be Suns versus the Bucks.
Okay, and your winner ended how many games?
Okay. 7.
7 games. Who wins?
Suns, because I'm feeling happy today. So I'm choosing the Suns.
All right.
Because I would have chosen the Bucks because I put some really good thought into that,
Okay.
and I'm feeling in a rooting spirit for the Suns.
All right.
So
Well,
I'm choosing the Suns.
I'm looking forward to watching the playoffs with you
Yeah,
and
me too.
talking about the really late games in the morning because you won't be awake for them.
Nope.
All right. I love you.
Love you.